Welcome to Southern Cross Resistance. I am your host, Chris Leeson, and with me today, it's Franco. Look,
Woo!
everyone, Franco's back.
I'm back.
Woo. Sorry, I just had to do that.
I am the,
It's been a while,
the
dude.
best co-speaker that this show has. He tried to replace me, didn't he?
Oh, it did. It's not being replaced. It's more of a retrenchment.
Tried. He tried.
And then the viewership just went down. It's like, God damn it, we're going to have to bring Franco back. Well, we've had a
I
bit
lost like one guy.
It doesn't matter. But do you want to start with the first article, or shall I go on with what I've got here? It seems like you.
Oh, you can start off.
I can start off. Well, this is I've stole this from the local paper. Usually we get our articles from, say, Drudge Report or WorldNet Daily, areas like this. But I got a few articles here I just thought were very interesting. Now, it starts off, police issuing warning over synthetic drugs. Now, a woman was discovered in Golgol Street on Monday, naked and incomprehensible after taking synthetic cannabis. The incident had lead Denton police to issue a warning to residents about the dangers of the drug. The girl was only 25, man, and she was found naked.
It makes you take off your clothes.
Yeah, she was found naked, shivering, rolling her eyes, rolling her head, and just again, it goes on to say she was incomprehensible,
Shit.
But
Not incoherent.
No, she was all over the place. She was running naked down the street. You know what I mean? Just because of synthetic pot. Now, what's your thoughts on synthetic pot?
Well, my first thought is, the cops would have got quite a view when they rolled up to the scene.
I didn't plan for this today, but this is a bonus.
Oh, what have we got here now?
Oh, hello, sweetheart. Suddenly they became some creepy Sean Connery. Oh, hello, sweetheart.
Some sleazy fucks just rolls up.
But anyway, something happened with my mic. That was weird. Hang on. But no, it's just weird, man. And they go on to say how the synthetic pot is processed in the same way as narcotics. You know what I mean? The way they process this fucking synthetic weed is very similar to, fucking certain narcotics like ice and, yeah.
So they're treating it like a normal restricted drug is what you're trying to say?
No. The way they make the stuff, the way the companies themselves make the synthetic pot is very similar, if not almost exactly the same as they make ice and shit like that, according to the article here.
Yeah. It's just like, they can make money, but if we do it, it's called forgery.
But this is the thing.
It's the same thing.
They can't ban it, right? Because the second they ban a certain item within
they do.
it...
They just give it another name or put another chemical compound in there.
Yep.
I know from my experience with it, it's not good. It's not good stuff.
Well,
I tried it a few times before I had a real bad experience with it, but that was enough.
What was your bad experience?
Basically, I just had 2 hits of it, straight up, and they were big ones.
Yeah.
And I thought I was pretty fine to it, like it wouldn't do much to me, like I was just using it little bits at a time, but thought it'd be fine, had 2 straight up, and then just, reacted with me really, really weirdly, like it wasn't a high feeling, it was a sideways feeling.
Yeah?
Like, feel my heart almost like it was palpitating, or it was, pounding pretty hard, and just felt weird. My breathing was all weird. Felt nauseous. Felt like I was going to keel over.
It sounds like a panic attack. That sounds very reminiscent to when I have panic attacks and shit like that. Like, it's the only thing I can...
I don't know, just my body was sort of reacting in a real weird way. Just didn't like it.
Yeah.
At all, and yeah.
First time I took it, I had it with... a couple of mates brought it over, and I got the giggles. Do you remember those, like, back in the day when you first started smoking weed and you just get the giggles, and for some reason it's like, oh, there's a fly on the wall, huh? And it's just the funniest fucking thing for whatever reasons. I got that, and it was really odd because halfway through a laughing fit, I realised that I wasn't really stoned. You know what I mean? That whatever was happening in my mind was only artificial, almost like a placebo effect. And the second my brain made that fucking correlation, suddenly I was sober again. It's like, oh, okay. And that's when I dropped it, because my brain had already convinced me that it's not real and it's not going to do anything for me. So, yeah, no matter how much I smoked, it wouldn't fucking matter. So, yeah, anyway. I don't like the stuff. And you know what I didn't like? Is the fact that fucking when they were pulling these articles up the other day at work to read them on the radio, they're like, oh, we got to talk to Chris about this one. And I kind of got really insulted by that.
I think they know you're the local pothead.
I'm not a pothead. I don't know where these evil accusations come from. Evils. Don't you laugh. You fucking smart ass. I see you giggling over there. What? I'm pointing just above the camera.
Yes, the audience is laughing at him.
Why are they always laughing? Why am I the sad clown? No. Anyway, no, it's just... Okay, like fucking... Well, he's just walked in the room. I don't really want... but we had friends that tried that synthetic stuff. Didn't work out too well, did it? Do you want to come over here and tell your side of taking the synthetic stuff? Come here, Andy. No, come on. No? Okay. Well, no, it fucked you up, right? Like, you didn't appreciate... You didn't like it after a while, and... Is that right? You started hearing stuff. Like what? What, like voices in your head and shit? Yeah, right. Hey? He was just saying, because you guys were outside, but we just read an article that said that this girl was caught in Golgol running down the road naked because she was on synthetic pot. You know what I mean? And
probably a few other things too.
More than likely, more than likely, the girl was fucking hopped up on ice and fucking
as
blah,
I said,
blah, blah,
I tried synthetic pot too, but I didn't take my clothes off. Or
yeah, but as Andy
get
just
arrested
said,
by the police, or
Yeah, but it's just old mate here just said, like, fucking made him hear voices and shit.
Yeah, he was using it a lot more than what I was.
But that's my point. Like, fucking, you can sit there and smoke a ounce of weed, and I fucking highly doubt you'd have to have some fucking problems within your own fucking mind to smoke fucking regular pot and start hearing voices. Well, he just for people who didn't hear, he just said he doesn't get that from regular pot, and that's the thing, though, dude.
It's not really anything that you get from the actual plant material matter. That's that is the fake weed. It's a chemical compound that they spray on.
That's what I'm talking about. It's the way they mix it.
It's a variety of chemicals,
Yeah. I was at the pub last night and fucking a mate of mine gave me a cigarette, and halfway through I realised it was that synthetic shit, and I just passed it off. I was like, fuck, what are you doing,
I was talking to a guy that knew a lot more than me about the whole synthetics and the chemicals, the types of chemicals that they use, and he was saying that there are, some fairly safe ones compared to some of the ones that they use.
Well, I don't know about that, man. Like, fucking... I'm just going on personal fucking views and what I've seen with the fucking shit itself. It's as dangerous, if not more so, than fucking something like ice. In my fucking opinion. That synthetic, and...
I suppose
it comes down to the fucking war on drugs.
To the beholder, each person's perspective of what their opinion of it is.
Yeah,
obviously,
but dude,
our opinion is not the greatest of it.
Yeah, sure.
We wouldn't endorse it or recommend it to anyone.
No.
Not after our own experience with it.
Well, that's exactly right, and you've heard what what we've said about our own experiences. But listen, if pot was legalized, this shit would be gone. You know what I mean? There would be no fucking trouble with the synthetic pot because if they could go and buy an ounce for fucking say $100.
Yeah.
just throwing that number out there.
But you'd still get people that, they get drunk. And then they have like a few hits of a doob or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they're like, it fucks them because they don't smoke before. There's like a thing, like if you smoke after you drink, it just seems to fuck you a lot more.
How's that old
and
thing go?
They dislike it because they say they green out if they didn't drink beforehand, it probably wouldn't affect them.
Well, the thing is,
hard.
Fuck, they're pussies. I drink and smoke all the time.
Yeah, well, we do because we have a tolerance to it. But
yeah, there you go, Andy. Give that a read, man. It's a fucking interesting article. But no, listen, if it comes right down to fucking if the drugs were legalized, there'd be no fucking girl running down the fucking street naked. You know what I mean? On synthetic fucking drugs. She was on synthetic, and the only reason she was taking synthetic because she was denied real pot. Given her real pot, she would have been home having Doritos. Not fucking running down the street, fucking, cussing and whatever at the coppers. And the poor girl's only 25 years old.
Was she swearing at them?
She was incoherent. So I guess she was violent.
I thought you said incomprehensible.
Was it incomprehensible? I thought it was incoherent.
So
okay,
I asked
right.
if she was incoherent or because if she was incoherent, they couldn't make any sense out of it. That's what it means.
No, well, it says incomprehensible, I think. But I don't know. I was thinking. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
I'm going to buy you a dictionary.
A dictionary. I need a thesaurus. I don't need a dictionary.
Whatever helps you.
I like it. I love fucking thesauruses and shit. Like you're sitting there and you're writing something and you keep writing the same bullshit word over and over again. Then you just look up the thesaurus and there's about 9 different options. I love it. I reckon it's awesome. So you got an article there for it. So we'll just move off from the synthetic stuff. But my final thought is the fact that don't smoke synthetic weed. Smoke real weed. It's good for you. Rankin got it. He's fucking cackling behind the camera there. No, but come on, man. Like, don't degrade yourself by putting show, this
we shouldn't
stuff.
Recommend or endorse smoking of weed. Even though we both have our own opinions of it.
I say do whatever you want to do, man. As long as what you want to do doesn't fucking doesn't interfere with what.
Weed, be safe.
Listen, do what you want to do. Just
like
don't fucking.
Be too safe about it, but
don't allow it to
right
fucking
people, at least,
fuck up your life.
Your first time and you actually want to try it. Be with the right people.
Well, that's like with anything. But that's like with anything. If you want to take an ecstasy tablet for the first time, you don't want to be around a bunch of dickheads who will leave you in the gutter. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like, that you hear stories all the time about people overdosing, and the reason that they didn't get to hospital in time is because the drugs are illegal, and the kids who gave them the drugs are so afraid that they're going to go to jail that they fucking just dump the person.
Well, 9 times out of 10, people that take ecstasy pills are usually at a club scene.
Yeah.
So there's guaranteed dickheads around.
Yeah.
But not saying that their group of friends they're with or that by themselves.
Speaking of, man, fucking the coppers raided the Doms last weekend.
Yes, I heard about that.
Yeah, and they were there last night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm standing there.
See if anyone's dumb enough.
I'm standing there on the dance floor. My stupid fucking white man moves. Fucking up there, fucking off my fucking head. And I look over, and there's about 3 coppers surrounded this one fucking young guy. He's just you couldn't hear what he's saying, but through body language.
Did he have a cap on backwards?
No, not that I noticed. No, he didn't have a hat on. But anyway,
because one of the guys I work with, where I am, he's a young guy, and he said he was at Dom's, and he was explaining to me, these undercovers come up to him and said, come with us, and put the cuffs on him and let him out the front, and then he reckons there's about 15 or 10 or 15 of them all shine the torches on him.
But this thing, this guy's standing there, and as I said, you can't hear what he's saying, but you can tell by body language, like, I fucking don't have anything, man. Like, he's like fucking arms are flailing and shit, and then he's turning these pockets inside out, like fucking look, I've got nothing.
You don't know.
But then they escorted him out.
He might have not had anything on him,
but they still escorted the dude out.
Making a big scene and making a big drama queen of himself.
All fucking millennials are drama queens. I'm sick of the cunts, man. I'm so fucking sick of millennials.
You don't like Generation Y?
No! I'm ashamed to be so close to the fuckers. I consider myself Gen X. Just like the old fucking Marvel comic book, it was Generation X, or was that a TV show? Probably a TV show. But yeah, that's what I like, man. Generation X. I'll stick with that. What are you doing? Yes, folks, Franco does have eyes under those sunglasses, even though it's fucking practically nighttime and the cunt still fucking got them on inside.
You couldn't share that between three of us?
I did. Hey! Oi! That's not right. Oi! What the fuck? That's disgusting. Give me a paper. Oi!
I'm disgusting now.
You drank out of my drink. Come on. I'm gonna have to edit this shit out. The half of the podcast of fucking so yeah, that's gold, is it? Yeah. Fucking 5 minutes. Give me my beer back, man. That's not cool. Why would you do that? Okay, anyway, so
Move on.
Moving on, like
moving on.
do weed. That's what Southern Cross Resistance says.
We do not endorse.
We do not endorse any illegal taking of any drugs, unless you're with me and you shout. Anyway. Keep going. What article you got?
We thought we'd do a bit of a shout out to a great legend that's passed away this week, Muhammad Ali.
That's sad, man. Like fucking what's his old quote? I said it before. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. I love that guy, man. Like fucking he was so in your face. You know what I mean? Like he was so fucking, you know, you had boxers, and then you have fucking Cassius Clay or Muhammad Ali. You know, there was I don't know the name of the other boxer, but Muhammad Ali back when he was called Cassius Clay was getting in his face in the middle of a Vegas club, and the dude's sitting there playing cards, and Cassius Clay, you know, fucking motherfucker, you know, doing the whole, you know, come on. Anyway, so this other boxer just calmly reaches into his coat pocket, pulls out a gun, points it just above fucking Ali's head, fires about 4 fucking times. Ali and his crew take off.
Really?
Yeah.
This actually happened.
Yeah, this is a real fucking story. No, I'm making it off the top of my head. No. I'll show you the clip after the show. But he points it just above his head, fires it fucking 5 times. Ali...
4 times? 5 times?
4 or 5 times. Ali and his crew take the fuck off, you know, straight for the fucking door. Anyway, the dude turns around, grabs the gun, points it at his jacket, fires it twice, only to reveal it's all blanks. And then he just sits down again, all calmly. Just want to play my game, and just starts playing blackjack again, or whatever he was playing. Just sits down calmly, gets his cards out. You know. Sorry. I'm not repeating that. That is racist, Rankin. That is so
yeah,
fucking...
some would say he come across very cocky and confident, you know, in his abilities. And
well, his job was to punch people in the face. His job was to punch people in the face.
I still like the guy.
I do. No, listen. I didn't like the movie. Remember that Will Smith movie that came out?
I actually never actually watched it. So
it doesn't live up to something like, say, Rocky. You know, when it comes to movies, like, you know, Stallone can't box for shit, but fucking when it comes down to fucking real fucking, you know, like intense movies and shit, Rocky, Creed, stuff like that, yeah. But nah, the Ali movie, yeah, didn't do.
Well, he called himself the greatest,
and
a few disagreed. Muhammad Ali, who died on Friday in Arizona at age 74, was one of the iconic sporting heroes of the 20th century. The 3-time heavyweight champion of the world who said he could float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Ali, who came of age amid the turmoil of the civil rights movement and the Vietnam War, dazzled the boxing world as a youngster with his speed, never before seen in his weight class. He also rattled the established order with an equal quick wit and colourful personality that lifted him into the realm of superstardom and unushered in the age of global... I really got to take her.
Just start reading out loud to yourself, man. It'll be fun.
Multi-million-dollar fights.
Yeah, get near the mic. I can't hear if you move too far away from it. Sorry, dude. Like, you know, doing that sort of shit.
Right.
No, but no. Listen, again, I like Muhammad Ali. I don't know why I wanted to talk about Muhammad Ali because I don't really have that much to say about the dude, but I do like. Well, I do like out of all the
speak out about him a bit because
I think this is just our way of giving a shout out to someone who
spoke against the draft.
Mm.
You know, back in Vietnam, and they wanted to draft him.
Didn't he say that it was religious reasons why he didn't go over?
And
if I remember correctly, he was saying it was because of his Muslim religion that he didn't go over to Vietnam at the time. I could be wrong. Post in the comments below if I'm wrong. If I'm right, don't. Anyway, I apologise, folks, if I'm a little... No, I'm not drunk. If I'm a little floaty today. Let's say floaty. That sounds a nice little word. Because last night I went out, didn't get back till 6, and yeah, had a pretty heavy night. Lost a filling. It's terrible. Anyway, so what do you got to add with about Muhammad Ali? Franco, you just gonna what do you got to add about what's going on?
No, just he was just a free thinker guy, like fought for his own beliefs.
Listen, even if you don't agree with what he said,
he stood up for himself when outnumbered.
Even if you don't agree, like even if you're one of those people that don't agree with dodging the draft and or anything that Muhammad Ali stood for, the fact that he stood for what he believed in, I think, shows the immense amount of character of who he was. And I think a lot of that arrogance came from showmanship. He was building a show. You know what I mean? Who was the guy that it doesn't matter. He's building a show. A lot of people like to judge him on, a few actions that he's said, a few insults that he's flown from here and there. But at the end of the day, he's just a showman. It's just a show. But his act was literally just punching people in the face. I reckon that's a great job. The only thing I don't like about that job is they punch back. So it's like, I quit. The second's like, that's awesome. You get to punch people in the face. Oh, they punch you back.
You'd whinge about just having to throw your arm a few times around, like.
What are you talking about?
Without even get punched in the face, I reckon you'd quit it. You'd be like, can't keep going. I'm too tired.
Fuck you.
Even if fell comes lined up,
Fuck you.
You wouldn't be able to consistently punch people in the face for like an 8-hour shift, I don't think. And that's with breaks.
I just had this image of a fucking conveyor belt just with a bunch of people just coming down the
hold your fist out. They just all turn out.
There we go.
I think there was a bit more to boxing than just punching people in the face. It's a bit more finesse.
Oh, yeah. I know. But no, listen, that's his own quote. He was even quoted in saying, my job is to punch people in the face. So I'm not misquoting. I'm not just throwing that out there randomly. He did say that, I've got the best job in the world because my job is to punch people in the face.
Let's go with this article. It's just
what article?
A YouTube video.
Oh, don't worry about that. Click it down. But anyway, so we just like to, put our, thoughts and our prayers out to his family at the moment.
Show our respect.
Yeah, show our respect and put our thoughts out to...
what, Techie?
Don't do that.
5 minutes.
He's being good. He's giving the hand signals like we told him to do at the start of the show, and now you're just like, "What's going on? What's this? Explain yourself." So he's doing his job. Leave him alone. But yeah, so I just like to say, I just like to put it out there that even though I'm not a big boxing guy. I had a friend of mine that got me into a little bit of boxing. Like, I was sitting at his place having a drink, and I was like, I'd never seen Rocky. Dude almost had a stroke. Only quickly ran up, grabbed all the Rocky movies, and take him home. But yeah, no, he got me into a bit of boxing. So just out of that and out of a bit of respect for the man himself, I thought we'd just take a few minutes to talk about a little bit of his life and what he achieved.
Well, I did a pathetic attempt trying to talk about him.
No, that's fine. No, we did fine. I think. Now, the next Another one that I pulled out of the paper. Listen, this fucking Sunraysia Daily. I'm so sick of these cunts.
How many minutes now, Techie? 4?
3.
3.
We got 3 on that camera. It's all right.
Number 3, my lord. Number 3.
Pick 3. Number 3, my lord. Yeah. Anyway, so listen, Sunraysia Daily pisses me off so fucking much that it's getting to the point that it's just ridiculousness. You know what I mean? In saying that, I have 5 articles here from Sunraysia Daily.
Anyway.
This here. Hillary Clinton herself. Trump would start a nuclear war. Washington. U.S. Democrat presidential candidate Hillary Clinton has has labeled Donald Trump's foreign policy platform as dangerously incoherent, and casting her Republican rival as both dangerous and laughably is both dangerous and laughable figure. Now, you want to talk about fucking laughable fucking figures?
They're both laughable figures.
This fucking bitch was caught on recordings saying that it was probably a 12-year-old girl's fucking fault that she was raped. That's on a recording. Her fucking first job was to defend a fucking rapist of a 12-year-old girl, and she was caught on fucking recordings saying that it was a 12-year-old girl's fault. And then people say that Donald Trump's the fucking problem? This bitch covered up for fucking rapes, that fucking Bill Clinton fucking...
What is it that guy wears on his head? Toupee? A live raccoon? Like
Trump.
Is it a cat of some sort?
No, I've actually figured it out. What he does is he combs it up here and then up and over. So it's almost...
Have you done that technique yourself?
Yeah, it works. It works. I've done the Trump.
You've done the Trump?
I've done the Trump.
You'd be willing to do the Trump again, wouldn't you?
But in saying that, I had long hair, so it sort of disguised this whole fucking... 2 minutes, alright. It's disguised this whole, thing, so yeah.
Taki, should I press stop on the record?
No, we're pressing... No. Yeah. Huh? Tie it up. Oh, it's silly. Why can't
Wrap it up.
Why can't you just hit record again?
Wrap it up. So press stop, Taki.
No press and stop. Fuck me.
We're going to commercial.
Alright, one quick little break and we'll be back with you shortly. I'm not happy about this. We're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
We face a hostile ideology, global in scope, atheistic in character, ruthless in purpose, and insidious in method. Unhappily, the danger it poses promises to be of indefinite duration. We have been compelled to create a permanent armaments industry of vast proportions. In the councils of government, we must guard against the acquisition of unwarranted influence, whether sought or unsought, by the military-industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist. We must never let the weight of this combination endanger our liberties or democratic processes.
The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society, and we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day, It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed. And so it is to the printing press, to the recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance, confident that with your help, man will be what he was born to be, free and independent.
Welcome back to Southern Cross Resistance. Now, I'd like to get back into the article that we started to dive into before we took a break. Now, I just had that there, even piss fucking him off. Honestly, dude, what is your view on the evil witch herself, Hillary Clinton?
Hillary Clinton.
Mm-hmm. That's her name, isn't it? She's got a little mustache and shit. Guarantee that bitch waxes. Just look at that smug fucking cunt. Look at that. Look at this smug cunt. Fuck, I hate her. Evil fucking woman. So what's your opinion of the evil woman herself, Hillary?
Not much, apart from she's got low credibility.
I think the fact that fucking she ordered the stand down order in Benghazi a little bit more than fucking yeah. But anyway. If you haven't seen the movie yet, the 13 Hours, it all goes into the story of Benghazi. That was so fucking accurate in that movie. It was unbelievable. And I'm watching this shit and it wasn't until the fucking very end. I'm like, this is Michael Bay? Holy fucking shit. Anyway, so what do you got there, dude? Franco. Oi, what do you got there?
I'm looking.
I don't know what you're doing, dude. You're making this fucking whole thing awkward.
What
You're making this whole thing awkward. You're just sitting there staring at a computer screen. You're making it awkward.
Oh, I'm not talking.
You're not talking. You're not fucking contributing. You're sitting there. I bet
the
you're
audience
fucking.
know that I'm deep, in research, looking at.
You're playing fucking. You're playing chess.
I'm not playing.
You
chess.
lying cunt! I can see it in your glasses.
Can you tell him that I'm not playing chess?
He's playing chess, folks. I fucking caught him. It's just like in that movie with Iron Man, Avengers. Yeah, that man's playing Gallagher. Thought nobody would notice, but I did. Motherfucker's playing Gallagher. Honestly, people say, and I'm gonna go back to this article and the fucking Sunraysia Daily, man. They're so fucked. They put out these fucking hit pieces. This is the only fucking way I could describe what they are. They're fucking hit pieces. They fucking go in and they're, oh yeah, fucking, let's go attack Donald Trump while putting this fucking murderous fucking cow on the fucking... fucking annoys the shit out of me.
You don't like how our local paper runs itself?
No, I don't. It's local fucking paper. They take their fucking hit points for like every fucking one else, man. They got their fucking marching orders. They're not fucking talking about real shit. They're not. They're not fucking talking about what's fucking really happening and shit. They'd rather fucking just get on there and fucking say how much of a cunt Trump is, or how much of a fucking dickhead fucking Pauline, whatever her fucking name is. They'd rather make hit points, or hit pieces, and attack fucking people than really do news. Huh?
It's a stupid article. You don't have to sit there and yell at me and...
I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling at this.
Tell me how it is. Like, it's just a stupid article, man. You bit right into it. Like,
bit right into it?
Yeah, you took the bait. Hook, line, sinker.
What?
Still
Because no, listen. What I didn't like about the initial article was the fucking fact that Hillary Clinton's saying that Trump would start fucking a nuclear war.
Yeah, but
Well, at the end of the day,
think
she's
about
the
it.
one that gave fucking weapons to in fucking Benghazi to ISIS,
Okay.
right? And fucking Trump's a threat.
Think about it. Any leader that starts nuclear war will just pretty much it's a suicide thing, because not only they're going to kill hundreds of millions of people,
Yeah, what's
but
the
they're going to kill themselves eventually too.
mutually assured destruction? I think
Well,
the name of the thing is.
if one country sends nukes, another country is going to send nukes in retaliation, and then it's all just fucked from there.
Have you seen 0 Hour? I think that's the name of the documentary. It talks about all the times we came close to getting nuked.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
one of the times it was a flock of birds that scrambled the fucking the system and made Russia think that US had just fucking sent a nuke at them. But it turns out that it was all fucking bullshit. It wasn't bullshit. It was a fucking flock of birds. And if it wasn't for one general who's like, oh, hang on, let's back up a second here and fucking before we start launching all our nuclear bombs at fucking America, let's just fucking back up a second and fucking try and figure this out. Hadn't he done that, boom, fucking, I'm pretty sure it was Russia that all this happened. It's been a while since I watched the 0 Hour doco. But yeah, my point being is that there is a fucking mutually assured destruction when it comes to that, but you don't think that fucking people like fucking David Rockefeller and all that sort of shit will be told hours in advance, even days in advance, that to get the fuck out? That definitely they'll be told to get the fuck out, and they'll be under a bunch of these fucking rich cunts who started the problem in the first place. More than likely will be under fucking ground by the time this shit, if something like this ever broke out.
In my own opinion, man, like, really, I'd rather be dead like the millions of other people that would be dead because of it. Instead of being underground some mountain,
But that's
scurrying
you,
like
though.
rats during the nuclear fallout for the next, God knows, few hundred years or so.
You also wouldn't take fucking fucking children and fucking murder them in these fucking mansions and shit, just like fucking Rockefeller and all that fucking cunts have been accused of doing. Henry Kissinger and all those fucking cunts. You know what I mean? It's almost like a fucking, in order to get into the group, you have to be some dirty fucking pedophile, because the UN is constantly getting caught shipping kids away, to these fucking people. It disgusts me. And the fact that fucking they put her fucking face right on the fucking front cover. It's not even the cover. It's any little photo. It's like this big, and it's annoying me. I'm turning it over. But
Yes, let's just take that
no,
away
no,
from you.
I'm gonna take it away from you.
Because-
I'll put it down here. There, it's gone.
Obviously, you're very emotional about it.
I don't like the fact that fucking they accuse somebody of something. I don't like accusations being slung at somebody when you're as dirty, if not fucking dirtier, than the person you're slinging accusations.
Cross resistance, or is this called Chris's Whinge Fest about Hillary Clinton?
Why? It's
Get over it.
Well, you get
It's
over it.
an article.
Hey, I'm not fucking complaining about
And
the
you
article.
went
I'm
on
complaining about the bitch
A
herself.
big 10-minute rant about every other thing apart from the article.
I got into the article.
Somehow you went from the article to UN child slavery.
Yeah.
And fucking
Okay.
without producing any evidence or
Oh, don't worry.
any.
Evidence will be fucking
Or
shown.
maybe that's for later on.
No, the
Like-
evidence will be shown. They'll be cut into the fucking thing. The people at home who are watching this will be able to watch the clips of it, of fucking everything that I said
Anyway,
backed up.
An article by InfoWars: New World Order to replace your job and terminate your life.
Mm-hmm.
Elite preparing to remove man for machine.
Mm-hmm.
The corporatic Borg wants us all replaced, and by ordering the Big Mac and fries from a robot rather than a human being, we are guaranteeing that sooner than later the United States will be under complete multinational corporate control.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about two things: well, the corporate control over the United States, and we're talking about robotics replacing ordinary jobs.
Just look at the last 10 years, man. Go down to Coles or Woolworths or any place like that. They've got fucking automated television.
So that hasn't been in place for 10 years. Probably 5 at the
No,
most.
but what I'm saying, like, you go back in the last 10 years, the Sunbeam, places like that, have been robotized. Like factories have been, robotized. I say the last 10 years, I'm being broad when the whole scope of, all these companies who just replaced fucking workers to replace them with robots.
Yeah.
And then fucking, I hate hearing the argument. It's like, oh, well, who's going to fix the robots? They'd build a robot for that.
There's also many other reasons that, robots are more efficient, more accurate, can be programmed, they don't need brakes. They don't need this.
See, that's the thing.
A bunch of maintenance crew.
A bunch of people wanted their thing raised at Macca's. A bunch of people working at McDonald's were only getting a really low number. So they had a strike in order to get their fucking money raised. It was a big issue about 3 or 4 months ago. What happened? You know what happened? They replaced all those motherfuckers with robots. So now you go up to
where? Macca's?
Yeah, in the States. All the
in the States.
Yeah, all these companies, all these shops who were getting strikes from people who wanted their wages lifted. Boom, out the door, got fired, and now you got a bunch of fucking. When you walk up to the counter, you've just got a machine there where you press in your order, put your money in, and then you have your food delivered to you.
You still need cunts delivering the food to you
at the back, yeah. But what I mean is that the people at the front who got ones that got fired.
Is he talking about that choice selection where you choose your own?
No, I'm talking about like when you go to Coles and you fucking.
Well, you just said that they replaced they
didn't replace
fired someone and replaced them with a robot.
Yeah.
And what you just described was the choose your own ingredients.
What are you fucking talking about?
Like,
you're a fucking idiot. If you fucking really listened, I was talking about fucking Coles.
If you're willing to have a decent conversation with me and talk about, maybe car manufacturers, how they've replaced whole
but also
lines and stuff with
but then you got
robots.
tellers. But you have to understand, you've got tellers and fucking.
Somewhere where I work.
Shut the fuck up for
there's more automation because it produces. It's better for productivity. It's quicker.
Okay, but you look at the end of the day, how many fucking jobs are you going to continuously have before before they get replaced by a fucking robot? You know what I mean? By the end of the day, you just made the argument for a robot can do your job better. You just made the argument that a robot can do the job that you're doing better. And you said it was more productive, they don't need work hours.
Well, a computer can think better than you.
Yeah.
It could probably run this show better than what we could.
Huh.
It'd probably have more subscribers and more views.
Possibly. My point being is that fucking eventually we're going to get to a point, we're going to hit that fucking wall where there aren't going to be any jobs left because they are going to be all, oh no, it's more productive, just like you said. It's more productive if we just replace everyone with a robot. It's more productive if we just fucking get rid of all these fucking casual fucking people replace them with a robot.
In a sense, yes, I can argue and agree.
Argue and agree.
Well, I can argue because I do have something to argue against you with, but I can agree with you at the same time is what I'm trying to say. Because
what was your argument?
Something like at supermarkets these days, or mostly supermarkets, you see that a lot of registry girls or,
But that's what I'm saying with the McDonald's.
Have been replaced with
that's what I was saying with McDonald's.
The self-serve fucking things. And
and you accuse me of fucking,
They don't have a self-serve thing apart from, I don't think they have anything self-serve at Macca's.
What are you talking about? Oh, here, no. But the companies that wanted, the guys who wanted pay rise over in the States got their jobs replaced by fucking Macca's, and they kept the cooks. So everyone who was cooking the fries and frying the fucking meat and doing all that shit, they kept their jobs. But the people who were out the front dealing with the customers, they're the ones who got replaced. And they got replaced by the same fucking type of machinery that you see down at Coles. That was my point.
Well, this is a consumer world, bro, and
but what happens when the consumer can't afford to buy their stuff because they're no longer working? Because they've been replaced by robots.
I'm right here. I'm just across the table.
I'm fucking saying... Oh, come on, man. You're saying, like, this is how I don't talk all the time.
This is how he talks all the time. Doesn't matter camera there or not. This is what we all cop as friends.
All cop.
We do.
You make it sound like you're fucking walking along in shackles, and I'm the whipping boy.
Yeah, you could compare it to that.
Maybe. Well, truth does hurt, I suppose. So, and maybe makes people uncomfortable. What
are you afraid of? You don't even have a job to be replaced in the first place.
No, well,
you're just a mouthpiece.
Well, when it comes to radio and stuff,
they're still
like that,
struggling with their AI technology and good
Bill
fluent translations.
I think it was Bill Gates that recently came out and said that they're closer than ever. So,
alright. Yeah. So your job is shock jock.
No.
Almost over. Your career is coming to an end.
I don't think they'll be able to do they could probably replace me with a robot. But they have reporters. They have these software which will write articles for reporters and shit. You know what I mean? And what they figured out is that it was too good. And so they put it into the programming that it would make, graphical, like errors and like misspell words, like deliberately, in order to trick the fucking person who was reading it going, oh, well, no, a robot wouldn't make these mistakes. So, yeah. My problem is the fact that fucking all these fucking people who are currently out of work weren't out of work. Well, okay, the type of jobs were still around 50 years ago. You know what I mean? We're slowly building a world that doesn't need us. What happens then? What happens at that fucking, that singularity moment? We're, again...
Afraid of AI, are we?
I don't like it. No, because you look at the military-industrial complex will take anything and they'll turn it into a weapon. You don't think they're going to take an AI and turn it into a weapon? Definitely they're going to take it and turn it into a weapon.
They already have.
You need to get close to the mic. Yeah.
Sorry. They already have.
That's my point. That's my point, though. So I'm not afraid of the technology.
Got drones in the sky,
but I'm not afraid of the
drones.
technology. I'm afraid of the people who are wielding the technology. Technology is a fucking double-ended sword. You can either use to stab that person or stab yourself. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the people who are building these platforms are building a eugenics-based world that literally doesn't need the workers.
Yeah.
So what happens when they no longer need the workers?
Well,
they'll wipe them out.
All depends on
they
what type
will
of scenario
kill
you're talking
them.
about.
They will kill them. They will wipe them out. Just like I got the quotes here from fucking all these rich snobs all over the world. Prince Philip wants to come back. He goes, if reincarnation is fucking true, I want to come back as a virus and wipe out 90% of the population. That's what he said. That's the people who are building these things. That's what you have to worry about. You don't have to worry about the technology. You don't have to worry about fucking all this sort of shit. What you have to worry about is the people who are building this shit will fuck you over in the end with it. Will fucking turn around, bend you over, and send that fucking screwdriver right up your fucking ass. That's what's going on. Peace. No.
You finished, Mr. Nixon?
There's a bunch of crooks. All these goddamn... No.
You are a crook.
Here's a crook. There's all these goddamn crooks. I can't do a really good Nixon. I don't mind Nixon. Like
of course
fucking,
you don't.
Everyone's fucking bitching about fucking... he spied on his political enemies. Obama's doing that. Nothing's happened.
Shit, I just gave him a new topic.
Yeah. No, he gave me the ammo. I'm just firing. But he got shut down. He got kicked out of office. You know who he signed his resignation letter to?
I don't care.
Henry
because
Kissinger.
I'm talking about robotics.
Henry Kissinger. He signed his fucking letter off to Henry Kissinger. I think the fucking people at home are right. Every comment I get seems to think that Franco's not very interested in what's going on, so I'm starting to believe what they're saying.
Alright. Let's have a look at that, shall we?
Google Nixon's letter, resignation letter, and see who he signed the letter to. It's fucking Kissinger. You find it?
No.
But just to fucking clarify, let me find it. I got a bunch of fucking articles here. Never mind. It's too fucking difficult. Come on, people. Like, I want to know what people think at home. Put in the comments what you fucking think. Do you think it's a fucking good idea that we're replacing everyone with a fucking robot? Or do you? Or are
what
you?
comments?
Huh?
Which video?
What are you talking about? I'm talking about this video.
Oh, you mean comments that
Yeah.
don't exist because this video is not out yet? Okay.
The fuck is that?
It's one of the annoying intros that you put on first episode. Oh, yeah, well, episode 0.
Yeah.
Blame this man, audience.
Hey, yeah. There's nothing.
Blame this guy.
It's like
not me or the techie. Mr. Genius over here.
Yeah, Mr. Genius over here, who you wouldn't have a microphone in front of you if not for. So zip it. Yeah. Smallest violin in the world. Come on, man. Come up with a better one. Something at least that, you may have created. But I don't trust the fucking the way the shit's going, and I don't fucking particularly like it. And that's just all I have to say about that.
You sure?
Quoted. No, maybe I might get back to it. Who knows? Who knows in this crazy world? Now, I was reading this the other day. Did you see what happened in Melbourne just recently with the anti-Islamic protests going up against the Islamic?
No, didn't see it.
Cops have just recently put out a report saying that they want to catch all the people who were in the fucking crowd who were wearing masks. Now, people who are going to a protest don't wear fucking masks. You know what I mean? You didn't see Martin Luther King walking down the street fucking with a fucking anonymous fucking mask on his face. No, it didn't happen. But you see these fucking people who... Again, they spin this shit to make it look like it's the anti-Islamic fucking group that are doing this. It's not. I've watched hours of this fucking footage. It's all coming from the fucking other side. This isn't the anti-Islamic fucking group fucking going around wearing masks, turning over fucking shit. It's them. It's on the other side. So here's the fucking full article. I don't know what Franco's doing on the computer here. But protesters could be banned from wearing masks. And there are calls to reinstate laws that give police more power and rallies against violence, in return with the clashes in Melbourne, the violent clashes in Melbourne. I agree. Don't let these fuckers wear masks.
What?
At a protest. They're wearing masks. Have a look. There's the fucking picture right there. The fella on the fucking thing's wearing an InfoWars shirt. Resist tyranny. Highly even, look, have a look.
And he's wearing
a mask,
a cap, sunnies, and like a kind of like a balaclava.
That's what I'm talking about. That's still a mask. That's what it describes in the article. It's a mask. And then if you have a look at the footage, you also see people wearing the Guy Fawkes mask, walking around, other various things. So
see, this is just another. Well, to me, it's just a blatant example of them cracking down on protests and rallies in general, because they already want permits to be given for, and days, like, you got to request to protest now.
Yeah,
just that on itself is tyrannical, really.
When I went down to do that march for March, they didn't have
the fact that they don't want you to wear masks now. Well,
they shouldn't be able to wear masks.
Protests.
They shouldn't be able to wear masks. That's ridiculous. How can you honestly fucking
How can you riot and fight against the police for not wearing, your proper headgear?
Exactly. You can't, and you shouldn't. Who the fuck targets the police?
Well, they're gonna be wearing.
They're fucking idiots.
They're gonna be wearing helmets, masks.
Hey, they've got the shield. They've got the traditional fucking shield thing, helmet, the blaster thing that comes down over the face, the glass one. But
like the riot shield.
Something like that. Yeah, and over the helmet, they've got that
crash mask or whatever it is.
If you look at the photo, there's all this orange in the background. I think one of these boys asked me, like, what is that? Like, what's all that stuff in the background? I'm like, that's capsicum spray. That's the cops just fucking going. As you can see in the top right here, there's one fucking of the capsicum spray being fucking blurted out. It's all fucking over here and blah. But this is what's pissing me off. It's not the anti-Islamic dudes that are doing this. It's on the other side. They're the ones causing the problem. And I don't.
Who's the other side?
I guess the
other side of the protest?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah. 7 people. Hang on, I'll read the.
So there's anti-protesters against the protesters.
Yeah, and that's why and then they clashed and fights started. They were hitting each other with flags and blah 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 shit like that. You know what I mean? It was a real brawl in Melbourne.
So basically, it was a pro refugee, pro foreigner thing.
Yeah. That
pro Islam.
It's got it written
against an anti-Islam.
Yeah,
or is it just pro everything foreign or what?
They're pro immigration Islam. They think that fucking if you're anti-Islam, then you're fucking racist and blah 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 blah. They're sort of leftists, and the other guys, I guess, are a little bit more right wing. You know, a bit more fucking secure the border, blah 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 blah. And I don't disagree with what everyone was saying with it. If you catch my drift. You know what I mean? I get both sides of the argument. You can't have a fucking open border. Doesn't fucking work. But nor can you fucking continuously fucking finance all these fucking things overseas like in Syria and Libya, Iraq. How many fucking times do we have to go over the same fucking war scenario before people realize that this shit ain't working no more? Fucking, you can't go into a country, bombard that fucking country, and then fucking leave without restoring shit. They shouldn't have gone in the first place. But the fact is, it
was too late to pull out.
That's what she said. No. But yeah, man, like fucking, it's ridiculous. When they go into a country and they destabilize the fucking area, I don't mind that people are leaving that area. Especially in Syria at the moment. But 20% of the Syrian people were Christian. None of them are getting on the boats. None of them are leaving. We should focus more on rebuilding Syria, Libya, all these countries that we went in and fucking toppled. We should focus more on rebuilding them.
Rebuild shit. They can rebuild their own thing.
We should at least give them... If we tore the building down...
They already give away enough fucking taxpayer money.
Dude, if you fucking turn around, if you turn around and started punching holes in all the fucking rankings, for some reason you just got really upset and you start punching holes in all the walls, you break all the windows.
I wouldn't do that.
Isn't it your responsibility to then pay for the fucking get that window fixed, to get that wall fucking plastered, to get the new paint job on? Because you...
I suppose it would, but I'm not a fuckhead and I wouldn't do that to me buddy's place in the first place.
These guys are fuckheads, and they did go in there, and they did destabilize the country and put in radicals. Again, it's not.
They're not radicals. They're just.
They are radicals. Fucking
mercenaries.
Huh? Mercenaries.
Yeah.
Mercenaries is a fucking very.
Do they get paid?
Who?
Do they get paid?
ISIS. Do they get paid?
Yeah.
Who fucking knows, man? They got billions and billions and billions of dollars.
Because if they get paid, obviously they're mercenaries. They're not radicals.
Well, obviously they're getting fucking put.
Fanatics.
Yeah, but the company themselves. I don't know.
They're getting paid.
I don't know if the individuals.
Listen,
I don't know if the individuals are getting paid. But
being issued with clothes like uniforms and guns.
I agree with the point that fucking
it sounds like they're mercenaries.
I agree with the point, but it's also backed by the fucking. The idea that we've bombed the countries for so fucking long that a lot of these fucking guys join up simply because they watch their fucking daughters being blown apart. They watch their fucking mothers and fathers and brothers and sisters and etc. being murdered by fucking drone strikes. Honestly, if I was in a country like that and fucking I'm standing there with my fucking 3-year-old daughter and she's fucking bleeding all over the place, I'd probably fucking sign up with a fucking couple of radicals myself. It's very fucking simple. They go in there, they destabilize. I know. They
You're talking about ISIS?
Hey? No, I'm talking about the West. I'm talking how the West goes in and funds all this shit.
So much for not talking about.
I know. We tried to.
ISIS.
We tried.
You brought it up.
That's why I say we tried. All right, listen, we're going to have another quick break and we'll be back with you in a minute.
And we're back. And we were talking about technology, robotics, taking over future jobs.
Yep.
And Chris getting very personal.
Agitated.
Emotional.
It's agitated.
Agitated. Frustrated.
There's nothing wrong with being emotional about a certain thing, and I find it fucking offensive that you'd consider that fucking me flipping out about a certain topic that angers me.
I like to talk to people about topics.
Yeah.
Don't like to get
How long
yelled
have
at.
you known me? How long have we been friends?
Too long.
This shit has never changed.
It never will.
Well, then stop complaining.
Well, just because I have to suffer and cop it, like the other boys here, doesn't mean the audience at home has to suffer and cop it.
No, well, they've been watching so far, so I'm pretty sure they're used to it. Anyway, my initial fucking point with technology is it's going to get to a point where it's just uncontrollable, where it will be outside of our hands, and that's what I don't like. What's your honest opinion? Like, I know, like, we got on the debate about Coles and Maccas and blah, but no, seriously, like, there is not one job that exists in the world at the moment that will not eventually be replaced by a fucking computer or a robot. What happens then?
Well, technology is good for the world, obviously.
Technology is good for the world. I'm
Newer
not
and
complaining
better
about the wheel.
Technology is coming out.
I'm not complaining about the wheel or the invention of fire. But if we don't have a fucking grasp on what we're creating, and if we just allow fucking dictators to fucking dictate to us what we're fucking building and how those programs are going to be programmed, then you're taking control out of the fucking hands of the people. And once
It's not just dictators and government.
No, I'm talking about tech giants. I'm talking about fucking.
Yeah, well, some of them are privately owned.
But they also have an agenda.
Made it successful.
They also have an agenda by attending fucking Bilderberg meetings and shit like that. So they got their marching orders.
Pretty sure not everyone attends the Bilderberg.
Not everyone,
meeting.
of course not. But if you're Google, you are. If you're fucking Mark Zuckerberg, you're there.
What, like the owner of Google rocks up, or like a
no,
representative?
I know that
Google?
Mark Zuckerberg was there, and I know that Hillary Clinton and Obama attended. What year did they run together? Was it 2008 or 2006? Oh, anyway, it doesn't matter. Obama disappeared off a plane, and it was discovered that he went to he didn't disappear off a plane. He put a bunch of reporters onto a plane, and he just didn't get on. He got onto another plane.
Presumptive nominees in the past has always been that they have at least a press pool with them at all times. Is there a reason why we didn't go with him in the motorcade all the way? This is what we're out here for, and now we're on this plane with no candidate.
Again, I understand. There was a desire to do these meetings, obviously in private, and that's what we're doing here tonight. And it wasn't an attempt to deceive in any way.
And then he went to the Bilderberg, and it came out later that he went to the Bilderberg meeting, and all the people who were at Bilderberg, who all the reporters who tried to say, because they're like, "Where's Obama? Obama's gone missing." They're like, "Well, he's here." Oh, well, we can't talk about the Bilderberg meeting, so where's Obama? So they continue with the fucking bullshit. Oh, where does he go? Oh. But
Ooh, ah.
The mystery. It's no different when that plane went down. Ooh, the mystery. What's going on here? You know, it's always better than the fucking truth. Like the scenario of a mystery is always going to be 10 times better than any fucking truth you can offer.
I'll tell you what, man. You could get like 3 cute little kittens into a room, and you'd still find something sadistical about them, and they've got some type of agenda against it.
That cats look at me strange.
Just like
I have
newborns.
Cats look at me strange, and I have a feeling that they know something I don't. So I don't trust cats.
Take anything you could say it's sinister and it has an agenda.
Everything is sinister, and well, okay, not everything is sinister. Butterflies don't have a sinister fucking aspect, but everything has a fucking agenda. A butterfly goes into a cocoon has an agenda to become a butterfly. A caterpillar goes into a cocoon has an agenda to become a butterfly.
Everyone has an agenda.
Everyone has an agenda. You have an agenda. Skipsy has an agenda.
What's my agenda?
For some reason, not to show your eyes on fucking on the podcast. Mister, I gotta wear the shades.
They're onto me. He knows too much.
Gotta take him out. See, there's your agenda. No, but everyone has an agenda to a certain degree.
Because I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I'm going to get dressed in my work uniform and go to work.
Well, that is an agenda. It is on your agenda to go to work.
I suppose it's on my agenda to get. It's not a agenda. Like.
It is a agenda.
It's not a sinister agenda. What you're trying to get across.
The sinister aspect depends on the act itself or the person doing it. You know what I mean? You introduce something and say, "Oh, it's free healthcare," when it was really written by the insurance companies and blah 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 blah, and it actually fucking increases fucking prices to go see the doctor. Then they come out and say fucking, it's lucky that the American people are so dumb that they didn't look into the fucking Obamacare before it got passed. Because had they would have found the death panels. They would have found this. They would have found that. And had they discovered that?
The death panels?
Yeah, they've got things in there where if you're over a certain age, they won't treat you with certain diseases and shit. In the Obamacare Act. Which was originally pushed by the Republicans, if I remember correctly.
Do you know what age that is?
I'm not sure of an age, but it also depends on what you're suffering
from. If you're past 80?
No, but if you're
fucked anyway?
Well, no, they're not going to...
trying to patch you up.
No, well, they're not going to fucking waste money to give you a fucking surgery. If you were a fucking smoker, and then you have a heart attack, and then you fucking continuously smoke, and you hit a certain age, they're not going to give you... if you need a heart transplant after a certain age, they're not going to give that to you. That type of stuff.
Fair enough, but they probably would look into that if you are a smoker and be discriminative that way.
Yeah.
Obviously.
But what I'm saying
is... using someone that can't give up.
But what I'm saying is it's blatant lies. Like, you want your doctor, you can keep your doctor. It's not fucking true. A lot of fucking companies are being forced to sign up for Obamacare when they had insurance policies in place prior. So, you know what I mean?
No, it's America and I'm not there, so...
Oh, well, yeah, so it's...
Phased by Obamacare.
Hey? But they try to sell it like
we have Medicare.
Yeah, no, they try to sell it like it was Medicare, like it was based on the Australian and Canadian version of Medicare, because they have it, very the same thing. But yeah, it really wasn't. But when it comes to robots,
as much as I love to sit here and listen to you talk about Obamacare and ISIS, and the Muslims.
And the Muslims.
Yeah. And
I have no problem with I have no problem with Muslims. I have a problem with the radical
the Sand people,
Sand people blasts aren't this accurate. This was stormtroopers. Bullshit. I've seen how those cunts fire. But my point being is like it's not fucking all Muslims. You don't fucking put me into that fucking... No, you brought it up. You brought it up. No, fuck you. You want to fucking, put me under a fucking certain thing, then I'm going to clarify. I don't fucking care about fucking Muslims. I don't fucking lie awake all night going, what are we going to do about the Muslims?
Sure.
Not all of them, no. My point being, fucking...
At least some of the night.
It's the Sunnis. That's the problem. Wahhabists. out of Saudi Arabia. They're the problem. They're the one that's radicalizing the religion.
I think you should go over there.
Yeah, but you don't
form a new religion.
And what do I call it?
Convert everyone there.
What would I call my
your
new
new
religion?
religion.
What do I call my new religion?
You can call it the Way of the Jedi for
The
all
Way
I
of the
care.
Jedi. I think that's taken. There is actually a real fucking religion out there that's all based on
There
Star
is,
Wars
but
and Jedi
anyway.
and blah. But anyway, yeah, technology. Fuck it.
You don't like technology.
It's a double. It's a double.
You're that crazy guy who's like, computers are taking over the world.
No. It's a double-ended sword. It can be used for fucking ill or bad. Just look at what happened with Snowden. You know what I mean? You carry around a fucking... could you imagine if you went back 50 years and said, you know, we're going to be our own encryptors of enslavement by carrying around devices that fucking listen to us 24/7, by buying equipment that fucking have fucking built-in cameras and blah, 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 and never doing the and signing agreements, like, you know, those fucking I agree fucking type of bullshit. You have to sign agreements when you buy certain fucking smart TVs now, because they have built-in cameras and blah, 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 blah. And so you have to sign an agreement that you don't fucking mind if they sell your fucking data.
But no one's holding a gun to your head going,
No,
buy
they're not.
that smart TV with a camera in it.
No, they're not. But if they replace...
Sign agreement.
You try and go to a fucking JB Hi-Fi or fucking Good Guys or any fucking place, or Harvey Norman's, whatever you're talking about, and you try and find a fucking TV that doesn't already have that sort of technology built into it. The point is, you won't have a choice after a while. You know, you go buy a phone. All the fucking backdoor technology to fucking hack that phone's already there. It's used by the fucking government to fucking get your data.
But
you
no
go
one's
on
forcing you to use the phone, Chris.
No, that's why I don't carry my phone. I never have my phone on me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm very aware of that.
Yeah. So, you want to talk about choice? That's the choice I make. If people want to get a hold of me, then eventually I'll know they rang.
You want to live in the Stone Age? So be it.
How's it living in the Stone Age? I still got microwaves, I still got this, I still got that, you know. It's not living in the Stone Age just because I choose not to fucking use my fucking mobile phone.
Look, you're going
Don't
to
be
stop
stupid.
using your microwave if they chuck a camera in the bastard.
Who was that dickhead that fucking threw his fucking his phone into the fucking microwave because he thought it would charge it?
Borchard. But
Dickhead.
anyway.
Oh, God. I'm going to have to bleep that name, but fuck, man.
You know he's able to watch this.
That's why I'm bleeping his name.
I'll just tell him. The bleep is Borchard.
Oh, then you've just fucking,
So
organised
there's no
your own
use in bleeping
destruction.
it. There's
Huh?
no use in bleeping it.
What do you mean there's no use in... Oh, okay, well, keep it then. Fucking hell.
So
Oh,
much
wonder...
for us not being censored, and first thing you want to do is like,
Or
can't have
take
that.
names out.
I'll be able to censor
I did it for Andy when
and
we were
bleep
talking
what I
about
want.
him in one of the old podcasts. You came up in conversation, Andy, so we bleeped your name out.
You were talking about him about his synthetic habit at the start of the show.
Yeah. No more synthetic.
That's right.
Yeah, fucking
Proud
oath,
of you,
man.
bro. Doing good.
That's for Andy.
You're an inspiration
Yeah,
to
it's
us
just
all.
going to be one long beep. Yeah. You're an inspiration, Andy. We love you, man. Yeah. For folks at home didn't hear that, Rankin's just like, yeah, you're an inspiration. Beep. Yeah. Oh, beep, such an inspiration. Beep, I look up to all the time.
What happens, just hypothetically, if, most workforce has been replaced by robotics or some type of machine?
Yep.
Starvation because everyone's out of a job.
It'd be,
Economics pretty bad because no one's buying shit because no one can afford shit because they've got no job. Wars break out. Everything's
There's a lot
unmanned.
There's a lot of fucking ifs and buts in this.
Yeah, I know, but that's where you're getting at. It's like this is the future.
It's not
we have
if
to
it's not
behold,
if that we all get that fucking our jobs are going to be taken over by robots. It's a matter of when. It's a matter of when before every fucking job will be done by a fucking robot. They have robots.
There will never be a when because in my mind
They have robots can
always
make
have-
surgery, dude.
you'll always need the human element.
Dude, they have fucking robots can do open heart surgery. Okay? where's the fucking human element in that?
What robots do?
There are just look it up.
Human
Google
heart
it.
surgery, because
Google it.
pretty sure
I am.
the guys that do human heart surgery are the ones that go to surgery school and practice for many years. And
I'm talking about the robot that openly fucking just did surgery on the dude. What, last year sometime? Over in where was it? Let me think. It was probably China, more than likely, because they're really fucking embracing the robotic side. So more likely China or the US. I can't. No one can hear you. Stop talking. Yeah. Anyway, I can hear you, but never mind. Yeah. What? Every job can be done by a robot in the next 10 to 15 years, guaranteed. And you'll be sitting there while I'm making dough on my podcast, and I fired your ass and this one's ass, and I'm making fucking so much dough, and you're like, oh, I lost my job at the fucking factory, being replaced by a robot, and I'm just going to pull up this episode and see. Boom.
we're getting replaced by robots.
Everyone's going to be replaced by a robot eventually. A baker? Oh, fuck off, dickhead. That's such a bad joke. He turns around and he's like, oh, you're going to become a baker, are you, Chris? I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh, because you're going to make so much dough. Really? I should put the camera on you just to humiliate you with a joke like that. Anyway, are we done with talking about robots? Because I feel like we're fucking going over and over like.
But back to my
cog in a wheel.
hypothetical situation, you know.
What hypothetical?
war breaks out.
You threw too much at me.
Yeah, everyone's dying from starvation, disease, and war breaks out because the elitists want to take over more territory or whatsoever. What happens if one of them drops an EMP on fucking all this robotic stuff and fucks everything up?
Well, an EMP can probably come from over the sun. Right?
Yeah, like military installation stuff would probably be protected, but
you'll have fucking was it Faraday cages or whatever they're called? Those metal boxes that keep electronics safe from
but
EMP.
you can't unbox everything.
No, you can't unbox everything, but you'll have enough. You know what I mean? You could have entire bunkers lined out with lead that wouldn't get affected by an EMP. Everything in that bunker would be secure.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have servers, you'd have fucking everything you needed down there. So, you know. And a solar flare, doesn't have to come... a EMP doesn't have to come from a fucking nuclear bomb going off in the atmosphere, which is what a lot of people say. But it can also come from the solar flare. A solar flare like in the 1920s that fucking short-circuited all these fucking wire, all these fucking shit. And we don't. What we have now, we'd go completely back to the Dark Ages because we were reliant on technology so fucking much. That's an interesting topic that you brought up. What if it all goes down? Well, if it all goes down, we're not prepared.
Who's not prepared?
No one is.
We're fucked. We're already dead.
Fucked.
We've lost our jobs. We're starved out. It's only the
Oh, you're adding that on top. Oh, I was just going strictly from an EMP.
I'm at the when's happened. Right, everyone's been replaced by robots, and the Sheila that used to work at Macca's isn't no longer there.
Okay.
The need for Macca's wouldn't be there anyway because there's no people to serve. We all died and starved out. There's no jobs.
I don't think it'd work like that. If you just stop working, that you'd suddenly die.
Eventually, because you're not going to be able to make money, and then not be able to go to the supermarket.
When shit. Okay, look at the fucking Soviet Union when that collapsed. Sure, people died, but a lot of those fucking people were taking their families up into a room, shooting the kids in the head, and then shooting their wives and shooting themselves. It was like, because they didn't want to fucking see their kids and family starve to death. Shit like that. You had that during the collapse of the Soviet Union. But a lot of people made it out of that. And they didn't just make it out by moving to another country. They stayed where they were and rebuilt. And eventually they fucking got to the point where Russia is now. So I don't think that fucking everyone would die off if fucking, suddenly everyone stopped working. If you cancelled out the monetary system and people stopped working, no, people would start eating rats, people would start eating pigeons, You know, people in Melbourne would be pretty fucking well off on pigeons for a long, long, long time. Those fuckers are fat. I mean, I've gone to Coles, got a chook the other night. Wasn't even near as fat as the fucking pigeon I saw in Melbourne about fucking 6-8 months ago. So, people will be eating pigeons, people will be eating fucking bugs, people will be eating rodents, people will be eating whatever the fuck they can get their hands on. Right? Unless you know, throw in a fucking nuclear bomb that fucking wipes out animals or something like that. But then
for people,
your scenario
it's gone back
flawed
to the
begin
laws of the jungle, you know, survival of the fittest.
Maybe not laws. No, it wouldn't go back to the laws of the jungle. It would fall back to something very reminiscent to what the Soviet Union was just after the fucking fall of the Berlin Wall.
What, like a Hunger Games setup where...
No. Oh, well,
you know...
Yeah, probably.
There's sectors of people and then they use them for entertainment
probably.
annually and...
Probably.
Fight to the death.
I haven't actually seen Hunger Games, but no.
No one needs a job because everything's being replaced by robotics.
Well, in the Hunger Games, it was all fucking... Yeah, it was like a nuclear disaster or some shit that made all that shit happen.
I don't know. I've never actually watched it fully.
No, I've just seen the cover with fucking the chick firing the arrow. That's the only thing I've seen when it comes to the show. But... Come on, man. You really fucking don't think that fucking if shit collapsed, you'd think that we'd just all die? That, you know, fucking that, you know, there wouldn't be fucking some fucking survivalists that have fucking like, you know, 6, 8, 12 months fucking rations of food?
Well, I think that...
The average person only has fucking 4 days.
Today's age, you can sort of see it with, you know, self-serve tellers and shit at supermarkets. But it comes down... to the individual or the consumer, whoever's buying it or whoever's using it, you know, and really comes down to me personally. I'll still go to Sheila that talks to me and says hello and how's your day, rather than go to the self-serve machine where it's like, please place your item in the bagging area. Shut the fuck up!
Well,
all right,
dude,
it's in the area. Just shut up.
Yeah, that might be you, but then there's still also lines around, like, you know, lines right up to fucking buggery. With people wanting to use 6 machines, whilst fucking, you know, the other ones are just, you know, like tellers are just sitting there. You know, you can cut back on, you can save money.
It takes longer to go through one of the self-serve things than it does teller. All depending on how much stuff you've got.
How's it
but if you got
longer?
If you got a big ass shopping cart of shit,
it'd be the same fucking amount of time.
And you've got a platform no bigger than this fucking book, or maybe a little bit bigger, for a bagging item area. Yeah, you're not gonna.
Well, that's why you have.
It's gonna take a fucking while to get shit processed through that.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. Anyway, but. Anyway, I'm.
Me personally, I'd always choose the the shield, like the cash register.
I always choose the
person working at the cash register actually doing.
I'm as
job.
I'm as fault as fucking any people, man. I'm when I go there, I'm usually fucking grabbing the shit and I'm fucking out of the door.
You know,
I'll
when you say everyone's job will be replaced, I think that
everyone's job
will be measures installed, even if the technology does come out for that situation where they could be replaced or their job could be replaced.
There might be
There'd
a handful.
be protocol or procedures or policies put in place.
Yeah, but okay, you got a handful of people who can work in that job, right? Who do that job, but then what happens to all the other people who work there? You'll only ever have a handful of people who work at one place, and they wouldn't all be there at the same time. If everything was automatized, then automated. Then you'd have a fucking scenario where, 3 people are there. One's a manager, one's a supervisor, and the other one's the tech guy.
Still need that human element.
My point.
3 guys still got a job.
My point being is right now there's 15 to 30, usually usually about 15 to fucking 30 people are there at one time, stocking shelves, serving customers, supervisors.
See, all those types of jobs,
reception,
like hospitality. Stuff like that, you'll need a human element there.
I don't think so, man. I think if you're able to walk up to a bar and press a button and get a beer and walk away.
Cunts don't go out for tea to serve themselves.
People don't go out.
Otherwise, they just go to a self-serve buffet when they go out.
Yeah, but people also don't go out so they can fucking... Yeah, but they also don't go out to meet the fucking waiter. I've never gone to the pub and gone, I can't wait to meet that bartender. I can't wait till the conversation begins with me and that fucking bartender over there. It's gonna be great. Doesn't happen. You can take that human element out at any time.
Yeah, I'm sure you could with a pub or club establishment.
Pub,
Going
club,
up to the pub,
restaurant,
you know, the
hospitality,
bar,
whatever it is.
put in your money.
Dude,
You know,
whatever it is can be
like a
done
machine
and
now,
will be
you know,
done.
Cup drops out.
What the fuck you
Little
talking
glass
about?
door opens, you grab it out, and that's your bar experience at the club. Like,
Yeah.
there's no human exchange. There's no talk. There's no waiting at the bar.
Yeah.
It's just a lot. Your world is dull.
My world is dull.
Dull.
Okay.
Yeah. If that's what the world we're going to be living in, according to your mind,
Yeah.
it's going to be batshit boring.
Probably fucking will be, man. But that's the trends. That's where it's all going. And you're a fucking idiot if you believe that the fucking restaurateurs aren't gonna fucking be fall into this fucking thing when people who do surgeries can be replaced by doctors. You really fucking think the cunt who makes my fucking Subway is gonna be fucking safe? Bullshit.
Yes.
Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. It's arrogant and ignorant to fucking think that.
Oh my God.
Next article. I'm sick of talking about robots because you have dull fucking arguments. Moving on. What else you got? We'll see what else I got.
I don't want to say anything else.
Fair enough. Now, we got the Mildura Weekly here.
Just stir you up too much. It's like poking a hornet's nest with a stick.
Nah. That should be the name of the show. Poking a hornet's nest.
Nah, we already got Chris's Winchfest
This is fucked, man. Like,
going around the screen.
yeah, this here, this fucking makes me angry. It's betrayed. Angry Mildura firefighters speak out following the CFA Fiskville inquiry. Mildura County Fire Authorities. Okay, let me fucking get restarted.
This is old news too, by the way. This isn't new.
No, of course it's not. But fucking for
It's
people
come
who,
out in like 2012, so...
yeah, well, for people who might not have heard about it, who don't live in the area and shit like that, there was an inquiry.
But it'd only be relevant to people that live in our area.
So,
Pretty sure we have a wider base than that.
well, we possibly do, but I want to just talk about this for a second, if I could. Practically, they've
Sure you didn't want to talk about your bionic dick article
not yet.
or something about Snowden.
I haven't read that one
Release
yet.
something else, or he's talking about something else, or
You haven't even
Snowden
read the
tried
articles.
to tell,
You hypocritical
NSA.
motherfucker trying to judge fucking me doing
I'm
all
not
the
one
fucking
looking
work.
up dick
Name
bionic
one
kick,
fucking
like,
article that you pulled up today.
I'm not looking up.
Zero. This is the only one that you wanted to do. Now you don't want to do it. Fuck me. Fucking hypocritical.
No, I just gave it to you to read because it's relevant.
You gave it to me to read.
to our area, you know, to our firefighters and other firefighters.
Then why did we
in
make
Australia.
Andy go grab the paper
So you could
when we
read
sat down to do the podcast? You went, Andy, go grab me the paper.
A better question is why do we have an article up here that's about a
Bionic
bionic
dick.
penis
I think
that's
that's
worth
interesting.
£70,000?
Fuck, that's ridiculous.
And it's an 8-inch.
Ridiculous.
It's an 8-inch
Huh?
bionic penis.
Huh? See what I did there? The bionic dick is ridiculous.
This
Huh?
is real. This guy received this bionic penis after
But he wants to make it smaller.
a freak childhood accident.
Yeah. Was it like a farming accident? Looks like a farming
It was a
accident.
car
Dude looks like a farmer. Car accident. Okay. But yeah, no. So the fellow lost his dick in a car accident, and now he wants a smaller one. He was given the first bionic dick, and now he's what did he say? It's too big, and he wants a smaller one. Never stated by a man in history. Excuse me, doctor, but my dick's too big. Can you fucking shrink it up a bit?
Maybe he's got a missus, and because it says here the op was carried out after Mo lost his virginity, and
Huh?
he discovered his member was too large and meant sex was painful. I'm guessing sex is a bit painful.
Have they got any pictures of the dick?
for his missus?
They got any pictures of it?
No.
I want to see a picture.
The best thing they've got is they've taken a skin graft off his arm.
Yeah.
That's the fleshy bit of his
Ugh!
bionic member. So,
Bionic member.
y- y-
I like that.
well, no one else can see it, but
Yeah, no, I'll put the article up when I edit. But yeah, no.
why are we even talking about it?
Huh?
This should never be.
I thought it was interesting. The guy had a bionic dick.
This goes back to the robots taking over
Did it?
thing.
you worried about robotic dicks going up the street, coming after you? Oh no! Night of the invasion, fucking cyborg cock. What are you worried about? I don't think this technology is going to take over the world.
I don't think
I'm not worried that fucking
I don't
this
think
guy's bionic penis
a
is going to take all my jobs.
or a 70,000 pound. I mean, pounds is UK
That's a ridiculous
currency.
number. 70,000 pounds. What's that in fucking dollars? 140 grand. We heard in the.
It's an expensive
That's an expensive member.
bionic penis,
It's an expensive member.
and for 140,000 roughly, you'll get 8 inches.
8 inches.
Yeah.
This dude doesn't want 8 inches. He wants
But
fucking less.
I'm guessing he wants to make it smaller because this chap actually looks like he's from India or Pakistan.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
And he'd probably have a missus.
Mm,
She might not be able to take 8 inches.
pussy. Sorry. Maybe, but yeah. I just found it interesting that the dude had a bionic dick. Honestly, if something tragic happened to me and I lost my dick, I'd want a bionic one.
You know,
But I'd have a soundtrack. No, hang on. I'd have a soundtrack put in.
Technology has actually helped this guy because
No, it hasn't.
well,
He has to get it replaced. It's already fucking up.
because of a freak car accident.
No.
That-
I'm not talking about his dick. I'm talking about how he wants to get it shrink. He wants to get the bionic one shrunk. So it's already not working.
I think it is working.
No,
Maybe
it's
a little
obviously
too
not. If he has to
effective.
get another one. I
No.
mean, how many dicks can you go through in your life? This guy's greedy.
I think he wants to make his at the moment smaller than 8 inches.
Yeah. I wonder who designed that thing. It's like, you know, they originally designed a 4-inch one and they're like, no. You double that fucker. Then the first guy that actually gets it's like,
If we're gonna
Yeah,
do
okay.
this, we're gonna do it right.
you're going to put some balls on that thing. Oh, no, sir, he has his balls. Put the balls on now! I want to hear that clink, clink, clink as those metal balls touch each other. Just like one of those fucking things where the ball hits and goes click, click, click. That's all I got in my mind is just that. Just bouncing back and forth. For someone who didn't want to talk about this topic, we're getting right into it.
It's sort of relative
Get
to
me-
the
get-
topic we were talking about before, but
Yeah. There's something wrong with my board. Keeps fucking
still an
coming in and out.
article about a bionic dick.
Yeah,
Someone went through the experience of losing their dick as a child,
it's tragic.
got it replaced with a bionic one.
But it's almost like he's almost like a superhero.
Do you think he's like the $6 million man?
I wonder if he can lift a car with that thing.
Do you reckon he could do a cock
It's like
pusher?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Fuck, so what's wrong? Oh, my fucking dick's just gone.
you reckon he's got-
a virus?
Do you reckon they installed like different modes? So it was like, you know, you can have it. You put it to helicopter mode, and just swings around.
Or it just does like that little fucking Hawaiian girl. Just does this sort of thing. A USB input.
Or even better, like the talking bass on the plaque. Get it to sing.
I love to
move
sing
up and
it
down.
about the moon and the stars. That's probably why it costs so much fucking money, man. They built in the fucking electronic sound, so every time he gets a boner, it's just like. Huh? Doubles as an iPod. Excuse me. jacking in. I'll put a whole new spin on jacking up. What are you doing tonight? Oh, you know, just me and my iPod.
Do you reckon he's like, just before sex, transform?
And what does it become?
Well, obviously not smaller.
Store all your porn on it. Yeah. It's like fucking. It's like, you know, Mrs. argues, "Where are you hiding all your porn?" Nowhere. I don't know. So you playing? What are you playing here? Oh, that thing goes for 10 minutes, dude.
Does it?
Yeah. And I can't hear it, so.
Put the mic up.
Don't put the mic up to it. I'll just insert the video if I have to. See, this is what I'm talking about, man. Fucking sooner or later, everyone's going to be replaced by a fucking robot. See? See, babysitters are being replaced.
They're just preaching like you.
They're just preaching like me.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Not that they fucking understand what's going on at all, or they have a slightest clue on the fucking global fucking experiment. But yeah, no, they're just crazy. They're just crazy. It's easy enough to say that someone's crazy rather than the fucking back up what they're saying.
Illuminati.
I'm getting sick of hearing about fucking. I watched that thing about that fucking. What is it? Atomic gold. Monoatomic gold. I watched that video the other day. That was quite interesting. The only thing I didn't like is that the more I looked into it, the more it got into ancient alien bullshit.
Yeah, it goes a bit out there.
I'm sick of that shit, man. I'm so fucking sick of fucking. It was an alien.
What happens if it's real?
If it's real,
interdimensional beings.
Maybe. Listen, I don't I don't underestimate anything, but fuck me, man. Like fucking, you know, that ancient alien show the other day was. They were going off on a tangent. What if this was built by fucking this? And if it was, then what if that? And what if that? I'm like, motherfucker, you haven't even proven the original's fucking what if. You know what I mean? What if this happened? Oh, it did. And then you go on to your next topic. They don't do that on that Ancient Alien show. They just run with a tangent.
Ancient Aliens on like History Channel and stuff, sort of that type of show is designed around making you let you make your own assumptions.
One of my favorites.
It just puts the idea of shit into your head.
It doesn't. It steers your idea by giving you fucking.
Tries to.
No, that's not giving you a broad, understanding of what's happening. It's trying to fucking lead you into a certain canal, a certain fucking way of thinking. You know, if you're sitting there and they're saying, "What if this is true?" and then every expert they have on there.
So, what was your conclusion of what monatomic gold is?
It's quite interesting. I'm not 100% convinced that it does everything that it claims. You know what I mean? Like fucking. But I am very interested in the idea that they heated the shit up, and then it disappeared, and then fucking cooled it down, and it reappeared. You know?
Well, I don't understand how you could cool it back down if it's disappeared.
Well, they heated it up, it disappeared, and then it reappeared after it cooled. So obviously wherever it went. And the thing is, it's not like it disappeared and then reformed, because they went, they put their hand through it and fucking where it was and blah, 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 blah. And if there would have been something there, then by the time it reformed, it would have been knocked about. Because they put their hand through where it was sitting and fucking, smacked down on where it was and it wasn't there. What they believe that it travelled outside space-time. It went into like one of these, like almost like outside of what we understand is space-time, and it's fascinating and it's interesting. And if anyone at home is wondering what we're talking about, monoatomic gold is gold.
Actually, I think this topic's probably best for another show.
I just want to give a quick breakdown. It is the basic atoms of gold turned into a really fine powder, and they claim that it can do a lot of things. If it can or not, I'm not 100% sold. Maybe it can, maybe it can't. But I'd prefer a bit more fucking evidence. And I'm sick of fucking every time something like something like this comes up and it's like, oh, that's really interesting, you get further down the rabbit hole and it's like, aliens done it.
I watched the same video and there was a lot of interesting things, but yeah, when they start making claims of what it can and can't do,
yeah,
and not base any actual fucking evidence around it,
that's my point.
Yeah, you're going off someone's word. So
no,
that's
exactly my point. No, that's exactly where I'm coming from. Now, I like the idea of it, and it'd be awesome if the fucking shit was true, but until they can fucking prove one way or another. But the thing is, I don't think it's bullshit. In the sense that fucking all the videos that I've watched tell the same story on how it was discovered, and you know they get the names right and how it was discovered and how the process it went through trying to discover, blah blah blah. So when they can usually, and I watched about 7 videos on it. I watched the one video that you gave me, and then I downloaded 7 others. One including Jim Mars. You know Jim Mars? Yeah, he did a talk on it, and yeah, so I watched him and I watched the video that you gave me. And at the end of the day, I don't know if I agree 100% that fucking it really does work or whatever, but the story's pretty it's pretty solid. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to, I guess, wait and see what happens. But you can buy that stuff in certain fucking nutraceuticals and stuff like that. They found that they're doing my research about it. They're actually
make your own if you really want to.
Oh yeah, if you had gold.
I don't think you just need gold. I think
you need platinum, silver,
any type of rare element or
mineral. Yeah. Anyway, you want to bring up the next topic? I'm just going to go quickly take a piss.
No more topics because we're wrapping this.
Oh, we're wrapping it up. Okay.
Wrapping this show up.
Well, that's fine. I needed to go to the toilet anyway, so I was about to. How long is that, Rankin? 20 minutes. Yeah, okay, we'll do the exit. We're not doing the pew.
Oh, we're not doing the kapow thing?
No.
No wham?
No.
Whammy?
No. If the folks are watching at home,
pow.
Franco came up with the idea that he
Kablam.
wanted to do the kapow, bow, wow. From Batman, the old Adam West Batman. But no, we're not going to do that.
We should do it.
We'll do it next time. Okay. So. You want to do the outro or should I? I'll do the outro. And from everyone at Southern Cross Resistance, I've been Chris Learson, and this is Dion Franco. Please tune into the station. Watch Godfather of Propaganda. Watch episode 1 to 3 of our podcast. Don't listen to him.
Don't watch.
He's a fucking lying piece of shit.
Don't watch any episode that doesn't have me in it. It's just no good. If
you want to look at it like that, maybe. Well, at the end of the day, watch him. Don't watch him.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's just suggesting. I wouldn't watch any episode without me in it because it's going to be a boring
Of course,
episode.
You wouldn't watch anything that you weren't in.
That's right.
I mean, folks, the reason we don't hang a fucking mirror up in the studio...
How's my hair look?
That's why.
What? Because of what?
What the fuck?
Anyway, this has been Chris's Bitch Fest. I mean, Southern Cross Resistance. And we'll see you next episode.
Alright, see ya.